Hello. So you've unpacked your micro and you've got a little booklet that's going to tell you how to do this calibration. However, we just thought we'd make this little video to give you a bit of an idea of what's going on. So first things you need to do is check your Artec installation center and make sure that your micro is active. Next thing we need to do is to come along and remove any packing. So this packing is useful especially when you're transporting it around. And then in the box of accessories you've got these spacers. They're 20mm each. You need both the spacers, and you can see they're magnetic, and you need to line up the little pips and the handle that comes out on the right hand side. So you put on both spacers, and then what you've got is you've got a calibration plate. It's got the serial number of the scanner on it. It's most important if you ever have more than one micro is to make sure you have the correct serial number. So remove the protective cover, don't put anything on the top of the cover, and then what to do is plug in your USB connection. You can then turn on the power switch, which is at the back, as long as you've connected it to the transformer. And when it starts to set up the scanner, it draws the Artec logo and you'll see that different triangles appear. Once it's actually done its initial setup, the light on the front of the scanner saying Artec 3D will come up. You can now launch your Artec Studio software. So in the Studio software you can either remove this tab or you can just click and go to scan. For micro it's very straightforward. You just say you want to scan with micro. As soon as you select this for the first time, each time you plug it in, it will go through initialization. Just takes a moment or two. And then it finishes off with a little tilt and rotate. Then you move on to the next step. So this is down the bottom. And it shows you need to set up this. And you press Calibrate on the screen. Now what we did here was we dimmed the lights. Don't really know why we did, but I just thought it might be easier to see what's going on. So we go through the calibration. It takes a few minutes, about 3 to do. So what we're going to do is just speed up the video a little bit here. You can see the multiple lights turning on and off, multicolored lights checking for color. And then what happens is that when it's finished, you get a grid on the screen and you can see the controls and you've got the scan. Calibrate is at the bottom, so you can do it again if you wish. So when you finish doing the calibration, the most important thing is to put the lid on without putting your fingers or sticking anything onto the calibration grid. And what we can do now is we can actually use this lid as a little test. So if you say you want to do scan, then from the drop down different options you can adjust first the contrast. So you need to adjust the contrast so there's no red dots shown in the picture. Then what you can do is you can choose from one of the presets single scan. And then you've got the option here to say scan. So you'll get one single scan, and as soon as it's done it, it will do a little tilt, and there you've got a little confirmation that you've got your scan. So this is easy to actually do. If you wanted to do, you could add a single scan to this if you wanted to, but from this point of view we're just proving that the scanner is working. You've done the calibration. All you need now to do is take it all apart, unless you're going to do some scanning, and you can separate the blocks by pressing the pin in on the side. Bit of a press there. You can put them all away. Make sure that you don't get anything on that top panel. If you weren't sure what we just did, open the little book, and Artec put a nice little summary list telling you the component parts using the Artec installation center, and the connections, and also about putting the calibration plates on and what they're used for. So it's all down there, straightforward and easy to do. Well worth doing it to make sure you get the best results. Thanks for looking. And if you're going to move the scanner or pack it up afterwards, should put in the little support, and then at the end of the day, once it's unplugged, you can put it away.